Hello, my friends! Today is a great day to be alive and a terrible day for negative self-talk.
My God, dude, slow down. I wish I had the same energy, but let's go back a bit because I haven't yet explained who this guy is. His name is James, and back when I first came across Dylan, I actually didn't realize they were two different people. Their content is pretty similar, their acting is quite the same, and they overall look like the same person. So I decided to have a look at this guy. Maybe he is not as weird as the others we looked at.
I want to talk to all the trans kids for a second. So if you're a trans kid, get comfortable for a couple minutes. And if you're the parent of a trans kid, then, bring them over to the phone or bring the phone over to them, whatever works.
Well, that did not take long. Turns out he is just as weird as all the other ones. I don't understand why they always want to talk to children. Do they all have the same person telling them what to do? Or do they think that the easiest way to push their agenda is to indoctrinate young people because older people aren't as likely to change their views? I'm not sure which one it is, but it's just weird.
Whenever I see comments like this, it really makes me wonder what you all think of non-trans women or cis women. Because when people incorrectly posit that trans femmes like me are somehow cosplaying as women, what you're noticing are the features about me that you think are feminine. And people often comment on the clothes I wear, my hair, my makeup as the feminine things that make me cosplaying as a woman. So are you defining cis women by their hair and their makeup and their nail?
No, but clearly you are. The things you listed are typical things for a woman, but they don't define a woman. You can put on feminine clothes, makeup, and grow out your hair all you want, but you won't be able to change the fact that you are not a real woman. You are exactly what the person commenting described. A dude cosplaying as a woman. And just a tip, maybe shave next time when you try to convince other people that you are a woman.
Because every cis woman I know is a lot more than that, and a lot deeper than that, and deserves a lot more respect than being chalked up to what she looks like. Trans misogyny is such a crystal clear lens to understand your worldview from, because it not only shows your limitation in understanding the expansiveness of the human experience, but it just outright shows me what a misogynist you are. You learned to hate trans femmes because you started by hating women.
The correct term would be Miss Henry, my friend. You're not a woman. You are a confused dude, who sometimes says that he is a woman, sometimes a trans woman, and sometimes non-binary. So am I transphobic, homophobic, or non-binary phobic at this point? Also, please don't speak for women, because most of them don't agree with you. And how is not agreeing that you're a woman suddenly hate towards women? Man, this is getting complicated. Would be so much easier if what they say at least made sense.
People who say this pretend that they're defending cis women, but really they're just using misogyny to push us all down. It's myopic, it's lazy, it's frankly boring, and your efforts would be better served unlearning your trans misogyny. This is the issue. Cis is not synonymous with the norm or the default, and cisgender or non-trans people are so used to being the default that they conceptualize anybody who's trans as a mutation or a variation to the norm.
Being straight or cis absolutely is the default. You know why? Because we are the majority of the population. Only 2% of people under the age of 30 are trans, or like in your case identify as trans. If it was 50% straight and 50% trans people, then we would all agree that there isn't a clear default. The term cisgender is used by the alphabet community to validate their own made-up genders.
In reality, being trans is very normal, and it has existed across all sorts of civilizations since we've recorded human history. Go look at the Flores Marlava's video. She did a fabulous video on this earlier today, or maybe yesterday. And of course, we wouldn't get pushback if we started using words like cis people are normal, because it would reinforce the right-wing media propaganda narrative that trans people are somehow abnormal.
It takes one Google search to reveal that transgender people have not existed that long. There were some texts from 4,500 years ago that mentioned priests who may have been transgender. The keyword here is may. They could have been celibate for what we know. And that would probably make more sense, as priests in many religions to this day don't get married. So the sure answer is that we don't know. The current transgender wave has been around since the 1950s. There are some cases in the 1300s and 1400s, but from what I've seen, it doesn't prove that trans people existed back then. In one case, a man complained that he would rather be a woman, and in another, a man was arrested for doing sex work dressed as a woman. So not exactly clear transgender cases.
would further embolden people in their anti-transness and excuse their bigoted behavior. It's like on the playground, if you can find something wrong with somebody else, it makes it easier to bully them. We're fighting back and saying there's nothing wrong with us. And there's nothing wrong with being cis either, but we need to stop being treated as if there is something wrong with us. And we need to fight back on the idea that cis is the default. And we need cis people to start saying, hey, I might be cis, but that's just as normal as being trans. We have to deprogram and decolonize our brains.
So what he means is that we all should change ourselves and our society so his gender dysphoria can feel welcome. How about trans people just keep being trans to themselves and stop acting like they are the majority? Most people wouldn't care if they just stopped pushing it so much.
I'm going to share something difficult but necessary. Those of you who follow me on Instagram know that I am a multiple-time sexual assault survivor, which is just a horrific sentence to begin with. Many times that has been at the hands of people in power, especially in the theater world. My first contract out of college, I was the lead of the show and I was the dance captain, and I was sexually harassed by the choreographer.
That is very bad, and I feel really sorry, but maybe that would explain a few things. From the beginning, it seemed that this guy, Dylan, and a few others who were active in the world of acting had some tragic life event that changed them. Also, he said that he is a multiple-time sexual assault survivor, which seems crazy to me. Maybe that's something that happens really often in Hollywood and on Broadway, I'm not sure. But when you look at the stuff that has come to light with Epstein and his island, all the sexual assault accusations, the weird satanic rituals, you start to think that there may be something going on. Of course, research this stuff yourself. It's definitely worth it.
Something really humbling about me is that I asked out a Sagittarius this week. Don't know why I thought that was going to be a good decision. The last one left me absolutely wrecked.
Oh my god, I'm such a Tyrannosaurus Rex. Sorry if you believe in this stuff, but I just can't understand how people can think that some traits and characteristics can be influenced by the month you were born in. People put so much thought into astrology. And as always, the comments didn't disappoint. People were giving him advice what astrological signs he should date to be happy. Absolutely wild. And these people say that religious people are bad.
Emotionally for years. And oh, look, a platform. Let's just hop up here. And to make matters worse, I did this literally following the orgy that we both attended, in which we literally did not hook up with each other because I thought he wasn't into me.
Okay, this got very weird very fast. That's not a good way to find a partner.
And then we were talking after, and he was like, you're literally so cute. And I was like, I thought you weren't into me. And he was like, I thought you weren't into me. And I was like, well, surprise, I am. The pathway ended, so I got off of it. Anyway, I texted him because the day that I said I was free, I'm actually not free because I'm a fool, because I was distracted because he was pretty.
I don't understand the New York City dating market. And honestly, I don't think I want to.
And now he hasn't texted me back. So basically things are off to a terrible start, and I need you to know about it. So that way when I sob on live at some point, you'll be like, yep, it was the Sagittarius. It was.
I think that's enough for today. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and share the video with your friends. I wish all of you a great day. See you in the next video.